about the world. But of course, I will look for some maps in which we have some self-spot. This was in the time when Bush was still there, so I have to find a new map, I guess. It's rather old-fashioned. Well, then at last, the sense of experience. We don't call ourselves a museum, because a museum is I think, quite boring when you have all these wall stuff that you can't touch. No, we say you have to turn the knobs yourself, you have to be in control, and you have to be interactive, so you have to experience it yourself. Well, when you, when you take this theory onto the subject of serious gaming, actually it's all about learning by doing. And what I said, some adults think serious gaming is for kids, but the military understand this for long, that serious gaming is really very practical and very successful. Because they say, well, if you only learn theory, you don't have enough practice, and it's not worth enough, not capable in reality. On the other hand, to do real exercises is very expensive and sometimes also very dangerous. So they find something in between. And nowadays, of course, with 3D techniques, 4D techniques, the reality of these games is getting more and more realistic. So what we say at Geofort, we want a whole range of geo games. We already developed some. And of course, the photos will only be open in about 2 years, so you're not ready yet with everything. But we say all the games we make should have these 5 senses integrated. The first one, the sense of location. Well, it should teach people to think spatially. On the other hand, the games should have some sense of urgency, so we use serious cases. The sense of reality we will want to experience with new techniques, so we use iPads, iPhones, modern Windows Mobile, PDAs. And of course, sense of fun is important. People can come for team building and have fun, and a sense of experience in doing it yourself, not just a lecture like I'm doing now. So that's actually not what I should do. I should let you all play, but okay, the time schedule is too short. Now I give you some examples of the games we already developed. A game about spatial thinking is GPS drawing. We do this with students, or these are our pupils from the primary school, and we ask them to make a GPS drawing. They first should draw something on a 2D map, so quite complicated map, and they think, oh, that's quite easy, you draw something like an animal on this map. But then they have to walk this animal in reality, and of course the photos are very image. And then it's quite complicated to have this animal be drawn in reality. But they do it, and these were the kids you just saw, they drew this beautiful dog. And I won't show you the picture of their teachers because you couldn't see it was a dog with them. So it doesn't say only that sometimes kids are more smart in these techniques than their teachers. But this was a map of the Netherlands that was made by adults. And the funny thing of that is that people living in the south of the Netherlands, they made the south huge and very detailed, and people living in the north, they made the north very detailed. So that's quite nice to see when you finish with these drawings, to show the drawings. We placed them on Google Earth so they can also show them to their grandmas and their families. And we also have sort of gaming or winning element, so the best picture is selected. Another example of a game we made, this is made for the Ministry of Nature in the Netherlands, Nature and Agriculture. And they wanted the top level managers to get to know something about crowdsourcing. Well, it was mentioned yesterday also in the presentations. Crowdsourcing is a hot topic. But what is actually the potential of crowdsourcing? People don't realize it yet. But in the Netherlands we have a disease which is spreading, and the ministry puts a map, a static map in PDF format on the website, while the citizens make a beautiful OpenStreet application with exactly the details of all the farmers who have this disease with the animals. And so it's necessary for these kind of ministries to understand how they could use it. Well, we made an application with birds in trees, but of course we can't keep these birds here, so we made digital birds, MP3 players in the trees, and they had to spot which kind of bird was living where. You can do it with your iPhone, an application called Chirp, and you can just touch it and have a very nice gallery of all kinds of birds in the United States. You have to listen then. You can see it at the end of the presentation. You just scroll through the whole database of birds. You press a button and it goes playing beautiful sounds.